Okay. It is 6:30 by my clock, so I want to say good evening and welcome to the Street Life Committee of Community Board 8. My name is Abraham Salcido and I chair this committee. A few rules of the road before we get started. I will go down the agenda and I will invite the applicant and or the representative for each item to come forward and state their name and tell us a little bit about their application. I will then inquire whether any members of the public would like to speak on that particular application. And then I will turn to my fellow committee members for any questions, comments, or motions on that particular application. Couple things to note for the applicants. Helpful things to present are the hours of operation, food drink ratio, whether the establishment is ADA compliant, and whether or not there have been any complaints or violations. Additionally, please direct all questions and comments to me as the chair. I'd like to avoid any crosstalk. And lastly, just a reminder to adhere to the rules of decorum. Everyone has their own opinion and right to vocalize it, but please let's keep it within the rules of decorum. If anyone is unable to do that, they will then be muted and not be permitted to speak any further. A reminder that any motions or recommendations taken here at this committee will be presented at the full board meeting on February 15th. And with that, I will hand it over to Robert for the technical rules of the road.
Thank you, Abraham. Welcome. If this is your first time joining us, everyone will remain muted throughout the meeting except Abraham and the presenters. Following the presentation, Chair Abraham will call members of the public wishing to speak. You can participate by going to the reactions icon, pressing the raise hand, not the wave or the thumbs up. Only press it once. If you press it a second time, your hand will go back down. If you're on the phone, it is *9 to raise your hand and *6 to unmute. Be on the lookout for a prompt asking you to confirm unmuting once the chair calls on you. The chat is for technical support only to help with Zoom software problems, not to ask a question of the chair or the presenters. They will not see these chats. If you have an older version of Zoom, you will need to go to the participant section where you'll find the raise hand feature there. Please do not raise your actual hand or wave at the screen because we may not be able to see you. Chat me, I'm here for support.
Thank you, Robert. Looking at our attendees list, just want to make sure I have captured all of my committee members. I have Addison, Bill Angelos, Evan, Marco, Mrs. Brown. I also see Barbara. And I believe those are the committee members. Unless Barry, is it you and Judy? Or just you, Barry?
Sorry, no, Judy will be joining us shortly. She's on another Zoom. Thank you very
great.
much. I'm just going to observe.
Sounds great. Thank you, Barry.
Thank you.
Great. Then with that, I will kick off and let's go with item 1A, CT-NYC. Do we have a representative for item 1A, CT-NYC? This is a new application for liquor, wine, and beer at 20 East 76th Street. Oh, I see a hand up.
Trevor, go ahead and confirm unmuting.
Hi. There's quite a few of us here, so can we get a few more hands up? You'll see on yours Edward Verkamp, Donald Bernstein is our attorney. You'll probably see Emily J. And Brian Cook, maybe, and Mike Izzo.
Yeah, now I think I'm unmuted. I had a hard, it wasn't working. So thanks, Trevor. Thanks. Hi, Abraham. Hi, everybody. Donald Bernstein is the attorney for the applicant. The first two matters are actually connected. So let me give you a little bit of background that will cover both of them because they both pertain to the Surrey Hotel. One is a private members club license for a portion of the building, and the other is a hotel license. So the Surrey Hotel, as you know, is at 20 East 76th Street between Madison and Fifth Avenue. I believe it first opened in 1926. I believe that the last licensees included a hotel license, and Daniel Boulud had an on-premises license that I think go back to one of them 1999 and the other a few years later. So the building has recently been purchased by the Reuben brothers. They are a London-based group with global portfolio of hotels, offices, and retail. They have locations in New York and London and Florida. And they will be partnering with some others to operate both the hotel and the members club. So we are going to have two licenses here. The building is, I believe, 17 floors, and the first 11 floors will be principally the hotel. The members club will be on the second floor, and above that are residential units. The hotel will be managed by Corinthia. It is a company founded in 1962 with hotels in Europe and other parts of the world. I believe they have 9 or more hotels. I believe this is the first hotel that they are going to be managing in the United States. So they are going to be one of the licensees. The other is the food and beverage operator for the hotel, which is Casa Tua. Casa Tua, its owner has been in the hospitality and real estate business for 30 years. They have a number of licenses, including private members clubs in Miami, Aspen, and Paris, and they will be doing the food and beverage in the hotel as well as the members club. So since the members club was the first one on the agenda, let me then deal with that one specifically, if I may. The first floor of the building is principally going to be under the hotel license, but there will be a separate entrance for the members club. And when I say members club, it is going to have a private members club liquor license, which I'm sure you're familiar with, which means that the premises will not be open to the public in general. Rather, it will be limited to the dues-paying members of the club as well as its guests. So it's restricted in terms of how many people can be there, and it also has rules and a code of conduct requiring its members to have proper decorum, both within the members club and without, and there are consequences should they fail to do that. The members club is going to be on a portion of the second floor. If you look at the floor plan, you'll see that about half of the floor consists of a spa and gym for the hotel that we'll get to momentarily. That's part of the hotel license. And the front portion is the members club. It has a full restaurant. It is food driven. It has a full kitchen with 35 tables, 114 seats. It will have one bar with 6 stools. The hours for the members club will be 8 a.m. till 2 a.m. So it will be, all patrons will be out at 2 a.m. As I stated, there are 3 members clubs that Casa Tua presently operates, and this will be its 4th members club. We have done significant outreach. Brian Cook is on, I see, and was involved in that. We have, I believe, at least 12 support letters from residents of the Upper East Side supporting both the hotel license, which I haven't gotten to yet, but I will, and the members club. I also know, in speaking to my clients, that there is going to be a concerted effort to draw from the neighborhood, the local neighborhood and the greater neighborhood of the Upper East Side for members. So people will be coming from different locations, but there will be a concerted effort to have a significant number of the members from the Upper East Side. And those members will pay a small initiation fee, and then they will also be paying an annual dues. So that's the general background of the members club. If you would like, we can discuss that and answer any questions, or I can continue and describe the hotel, since it's the same group of people that are operating the hotel. Abraham, would you like me to deal with the hotel as well?
You can, Yeah, speak to the hotel, and then when we get to the discussion, I'll just do them separately for the purpose of the.
Happy to do that. So as I mentioned, the hotel will occupy floors 1 through 11, except for the small entrance to the club on the ground floor and the front of the second floor, which will be members club. The cellar of the hotel will be back of house only. There's no patron use. The ground floor, you'll see from the plans, has a full service sit-down restaurant, a kitchen, and a bar lounge. There will be 55 tables with 150 seats and 2 bars with a total of 10 stools. That's between both the restaurant and the lounge. There will be sidewalk seating. At this point, it will not be part of the license because the SLA doesn't allow DOT seating to be part of the license, but we will get a DOT permit for the sidewalk cafe, which will have 12 tables and 24 seats, which I believe you approved on the last licensee as well, to the best of my knowledge. The second floor of the hotel will have a gym and spa, and floors 3 through 11 are guest rooms, and that will allow for room service as well as mini bars if the hotel chooses to have mini bars. As I stated, the hotel will be managed by Corinthia, which has tremendous experience owning and managing hotels, and the food and beverage operator will also be Casa Tua, the same group that is operating the members club. The hours for the restaurant on the ground floor are 6 a.m. until 1 a.m. As I mentioned, there is a lounge that has a separate room on the ground floor. That will close at 2 a.m. Monday through Wednesday. It will close 1 a.m. on Sunday, and we would like to have that open until 4 a.m. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It is a transient hotel. We have people coming from really all over the world, different time zones, and we want to make sure that we have an opportunity for the hotel patrons to have food and beverage service within the hotel. We don't want them to have to check in late and have to walk around the neighborhood if they want something before they check in for the night. So just those 3 nights would be 4 a.m., the other nights 2 a.m. and 1 a.m. The sidewalk seating would be from 9 a.m. until 11 p.m. The music program for the restaurant and lounge in the hotel would be principally background recorded music. We would like the option to have live music and a DJ on New Year's Eve. And also in the event there are any private events and buyouts of that space, which will not be frequent because the food and beverage program is intended for hotel guests and for the public. We don't want to be in a position where our hotel guests have no place to eat because there are full buyouts. But if there was a buyout, for example, of the lounge, we'd want the option to have a DJ and live music. We have commissioned through Equity Environmental, and Kevin Williams from that company is here with us, very experienced. Kevin's company has done both a sound study as well as a traffic study. Those were provided to the community board office with our questionnaires. I'm not going to speak to those, but Kevin is here, and if you have any questions regarding the sound or traffic, he can speak to that. I think on both of these applications, we indicated that the percentage of sales for food and drinks was 60% food and 40% drinks. For the members club, that doesn't include the revenue from the dues, but we just gave the food and beverage breakdown. So that's essentially all I really wanted to say. I'm certainly available, and my clients and those that are here are available to answer any questions that you have.
Great, thank you very much. Appreciate you providing the context on both of those. Okay, so firstly, I will see if there's any questions or comments from members of the public on either item 1A or 1B.
Abraham, I'm sorry, there's one correction I have to make. Okay. I believe that in the questionnaire that we submitted, we indicated that there would be no private events for the members club, no buyouts. In fact, there would be occasional buyouts for the members club. They will not be frequent because, remember, the members are paying an annual dues, and we don't want them in a position where they're not happy they can't go there because there are frequent private events. But there could be some small number of private events and buyouts throughout the course of the year. I just wanted to correct that.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, seeing No other hands from the public. I will then go to committee member Barbara.
I'm sorry, I didn't see the supporting material, so I'm hoping this question is not too naive. From what you have indicated, the private club will only be a half a floor, a part of a second floor. Is it mostly an eating club? Like, what is the private club for besides?
It's a social club. It's a social club that is principally food driven. There will be some programming that will be offered to the members. I'm sure my client is here, can speak to that. If
The gym? Will they be using?
No, the gym is part of the hotel.
And so they won't have. So basically, it's nothing more than the eating and then the hobnobbing and things like that.
Yes, similar to other social private members clubs that are throughout the city, of which there are a number.
Like the college clubs, like the Yale Club and that type of thing. Is it
those things? Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Next I have Judy.
I just wanted to tell you, I can't pronounce it right. There is another hand up from Trevor Stolheski.
Trevor's actually part of the. Trevor's part of the presenting.
Trevor's with us.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Their hand was up, so.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Judy. I do see now another hand that does not look like a committee member, so it's only listed under iPhone. So if we can unmute iPhone, and if you can tell us your name.
Thanks. My name is Robert Gilman. I'm a resident at 885 Park Avenue, which is 78th and Park. I'm attending this meeting as a part of the local community in support of the new establishment and the club. I've got some experience with both and the neighborhood. Firstly, I think the neighborhood is really in need of some more opportunities culturally and some more vibrancy for people, for us to enjoy with the surrounding museums that are in the area and the surrounding shopping. Secondly, I'm a member of Casa Tua in Aspen, and I found it to be culturally stimulating, interesting, great groups of people, nice get-togethers, ranging from sports to wine tastings with a very sophisticated group of members. And thirdly, my family and I lived at the Surrey for just under a year when our apartment was under construction and renovation. And it was just marvelous to have the boule downstairs and the bar area downstairs for us to go enjoy and relax and get something to eat. And that closed up, and it would be a much needed and well-received opportunity back in the neighborhood to have something that's on the equivalency of the Mark Hotel, to bring revenue and shopping up and down Madison Avenue, to bring it back to the diners up and down Madison Avenue and to the stores. I appreciate your time. I thank you. And I'm happy to answer any questions as a community member that you may have. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Robert. Appreciate it. Okay, I will go to Helena Wilner.
Hello, my name is Helena Wilner. I'm here with my husband, Robert Varadian. We're longtime members of the community. I was actually born and raised in New York. We currently live at 1175 Park, and prior to that lived on 79th Street, right around the corner from the Surrey for many years. So we've been members of the community for well in excess of 20, 25 years, I think. We're also very familiar with Casa Tua. We're members of the club. We greatly enjoy it. We find the people to be very nice, very respectful, enjoy the programming, and think they would be a welcome addition to the neighborhood, most in particular, post-COVID. It's wonderful to have vibrancy come back for those of us that are here and staying here. And I think it will be well used, well received by the community. And I have known them to be very, very respectful. We've been to their clubs, in all three of their clubs, and their neighbors seem very happy with them.
Yeah.
I'll let my husband speak if
Yeah.
he has anything to say.
I'll also add, Casa Tua, our experience at all three clubs they do a first-class job, which would really be befitting of the neighborhood, as well as adding, the vibrancy and activity, I think, since post-COVID that we're missing, since the Surrey closed down. I think it'd be an incredible welcome addition to what, we miss with other, offerings in the area, such like the Mark. I think it would fit right in and bring a real, classy, terrific organization in.
Great. Thank you very much for your input. Okay, if there's no other members of the public, I don't see any other hands. I'll return to committee members. And next I had Addison.
Yeah, I was going to make a motion to approve the application as presented. So
Great.
There's a second. I see Barbara seconds.
Can I just point out that technically you have two separate applications?
Yes, we're doing just the first one right now. Thank
Okay.
you so much, Donald.
Great. Okay, thank you, Addison. Marco?
Thank you, Abraham. I would like to ask a question. Do you have the certificate of operation? This is a question for the attorney. He knows that.
Certificate of what?
The operation.
Occupancy, certificate of occupancy.
No occupancy. No occupancy. It's the operation.
You're talking about for the entity that's filing for the members club?
No, for the project that we analyze right now, and let me start saying how many people do you expect to have in the first application?
In the members club?
Yeah, totally.
I don't know the total what the legal occupancy will be. There are going to be 120 seats, including the bar stools.
So you have to have the certificate of operation, no?
I don't know what a certificate of operation is.
For public assembly, you mean?
Yeah, it's the same.
Public assembly permit. Yeah, I think that's still in the works. Trevor, I don't know if you can speak to that.
Yeah, we'll be filing with the fire department and the Department of Buildings for a public assembly on the ground floor, on the second floor. The seated occupancy on the second floor in the club for this application that we're talking about right now is just over 100 people. So it's over 74, which will require
Right.
a public assembly.
So are you planning to do that when?
We will do that before we open our doors, or the final certificate of occupancy is filed with the DOB and the permits are signed off.
So you don't have the COD yet? I'm right or wrong?
I'm not sure your question. We don't have a public assembly permit yet? No, we don't.
But you have the CO. You must have it, I guess.
We have a certificate of occupancy. It is a hotel, yes.
So the second document is the certificate of operation in order to operate with more than 75 people.
Right. And we will have that before we open our doors. We have to.
Okay.
We don't need it right now. We will have it before we open the doors.
Well, always is better to have before. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. And then I have Mrs. Brown.
Thank you, Abraham. I'm a little confused with the private member club. If I understood it correctly, it's on the second floor. And the second floor is ADA compliant.
The entire hotel is ADA compliant.
Okay. And my other question, how many jobs are going to be generated?
Between both applications?
Yes, please.
Yeah, approximately 300 jobs.
Okay. All right, very good. I can support this application. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll go to Barbara, and also remember there is a motion on the floor that's been seconded in case someone wants to call.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Calling the
Calling the question. Great. Okay. If anyone opposes calling the question, give me a sign. If not, I will go to the roll. I'm going to do the separate rules. So this rule will be for the first item, which is the members club item 1A, and then I will repeat it for 1B. So, Marco, do you have something additional, Marco?
Thank you. The only thing is I would like to see if it's possible to put on a stipulation or accept the stipulation to have a certificate of operation before to start operating.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Sounds good. Okay, great. So motion to approve, we'll add the stipulation to have the certificate of the permit of public assembly, which was going to be obtained anyway, but we'll do that. Okay, so if anyone's voting no, not voting for cause or abstaining, give me a sign. Otherwise your vote will go down as a yes vote for the approval. Voting no, not voting for cause or abstaining. Going once, twice. Okay, great. So that'll go down as a unanimous approval for item 1A. Addison, thank you, please.
Abraham, I just want to make sure that you know that we were joined by Casey and Judy.
Yes, I have a
Okay.
total of 9 of us for this now.
That's
Yes.
what I have as well.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. Addison.
Yeah, and I'll make the motion to approve the second one as well.
Okay. And Barbara is giving you a second. And I'll go to Marco to round it up.
The same question. The number of people and the question is, do you planning to have, or you have it already, the certificate of operation of public assembly, whatever you want to call?
Sure. Public assembly, again, for the first floor, which is now the hotel application, and the rear portion of the second floor will also have a public assembly permit. So we can stipulate that we'll have that before we open.
Thank you.
Okay. Marco, do you want to call the question?
Oh, yeah, please call the question.
Okay, cool. Okay, we're going to call the question. If anyone opposes to call the question, give me a sign. Otherwise, I'll go to the roll. Okay, going to the roll. There's a motion to approve, and we will have the stipulation for the public assembly permit. So if anyone's voting no, not voting for cause or abstaining, please give me a sign. Otherwise, you will go down as a yes vote. Okay, seeing none, this will also be a unanimous 9-0 approval. Thank you very much, Trevor and Robert.
Thank you.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Thanks, Chairman.
Thank you, Abraham. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.
Okay, good. So now we have item 1C, Atelier Espresso Bar.
Abraham, I think I see the representatives here. I'm just going to try to unmute them.
Yes, hello, this is Michelle, CEO and owner of Atelier.
Oh, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, so just tell us a little bit about the application and we proceed from there.
Of course. So the reason for this application is to add to our existing license, which we do already have beer and wine, liquor. We are a full Mediterranean restaurant on the Upper East Side in Carnegie Hill. I have other 2 restaurants within the same block, so it's a very neighborhood-driven restaurant. We've been in front of the board before. We basically serve the community. We've been here through COVID, and we're trying to improve our business. So 2 parts of our request. The first thing is we're just switching the name from Mercato Rustico, as we used to be a bakery before, into a different name, which is Atelier. There's no changes. There's no changes in any of the structure. It's just a name change. And number 2 is just adding the liquor option. We're going to keep the hours of operation still the same. We close at 12 midnight. We open at 8 in the morning. ADA compliance. We don't have any outdoor or chalet outdoor seating. So it's pretty much just what we're looking when we need the support.
Great, thank you very much. And just for the record, I am seeing 65 food, 35 drink.
Correct. Yes.
Great, thank you very much. So first I'll inquire if there's any members of the public on this application.
And to add one more thing, we already compiled all the signature already from the neighborhood, from the community. So we have those all on file too as well.
Great, thank you. Okay, so seeing no members of the public, I'll first go to Marco.
Thank you, Johan. I would like to propose a motion. The motion is to approve and then to speak.
I see a second, so please.
Okay, so the question is, even though that you don't change anything, how many people do you have in the facility or in the venue?
How many seats?
Yeah.
Okay, so combination seats between all the whole facilities around roughly around 40, 50 at the most. But it's not definitely it's not above 75. We don't have just we don't have the capacity to hold 75 seats. I would love to, but I don't have the space.
Okay.
So,
Oh, thank you so much.
of course.
Great. Okay, great. I'll go to Mrs. Brown and then to Addison.
Thank you, Chair. Are you going to be doing any deliveries?
We do have delivery through third party, through the typical Grubhub, Seamless, Uber Eats. We don't have any full time or any one employed by us for delivery only. Just doesn't make no.
I don't see an affidavit regarding delivery service. Is it?
No, we don't have a delivery service through us. It's through third party. Like
Oh,
a
third party.
Yeah.
Even. Oh wait, no, I see the affidavit here. It is.
I have the file. Yes.
Yes, Mrs. Brown, there is one included in the application. It's on
There is?
page. Yes.
Okay, because I don't have it in my copy. All
Okay.
right, well, thank you. Call the question.
Great, thank you very much. Okay, if anyone's opposed to calling the question, give me a sign. Otherwise, we will go to the roll. This is a motion to approve. So if anyone's voting no, not voting for cause, please give me a sign. Otherwise, you will be marked down as an approval. Okay, seeing none, this is going to go down as a 9-0 approval. So thank you very much. And
Thank you.
Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yay, high five.
Okay, wonderful. Now we're on to item 1D as in David. So I have the representative for B&B Luxury Hospitality. Yes, I see Mr. Bookman's hand up.
Thank you. I have two clients with me, Brian Diamond, you should raise your hand, and Alex Boucard, you should raise your hand on the bottom so they can unmute you as well. Hi, my name is Rob Bookman from Pazetsky and Bookman. I am Max's dad. He's got another community board tonight, so I figured I would come back after a number of years absence and say hello to all of you. I'm glad to see my good friend Judy Schneider, is on, and Barry. I just can't believe they're still volunteering their time to this community after so many decades. It's really amazing. Every time we've been here, we get paid. You guys are volunteers, and we respect that tremendously.
Well, nice to have you. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm proud to represent this applicant tonight. This is a new Daniel Boulud restaurant, for your neighborhood, in one of the oldest continuously used restaurant spaces in the city, going back to pre-prohibition, 1928. There's been a continuously operating restaurant in this space. It will be a Daniel Boulud operated restaurant. Their partners here are a French company that is involved in various real estate. This is their first partnership with a restaurant, so they wanted to get the best chef in New York. But it'll be Daniel and Dinex and Brian Diamond and his team will be the ones who will be interfacing with the community and will be operating it. The others, the real estate people, are just their money partners. The hours are early, closing 10 p.m. 7 days a week. There's no outdoor space planned, background music only, no dancing, no DJ, no outside promoters, 75% food, 25% alcohol, as in most, Mr. Boulud's food-focused restaurants. It'll be about 100 employees we're anticipating. It's an existing main floor and a small room downstairs for up to 32 seats to allow for private, occasional private diners or small parties. And we are proud that we have a letter of support from the co-op, in which we are located in. They're very excited about having us. We've been working closely with them. We hope to open sometime, around September.
Great. Thank you very much. So first, I will go to any members of the public who might have a question or comment on this application. Okay, seeing none, I will go to Marco and then Mrs. Brown.
Thank you, Abraham.
Before you ask Marco, I've come prepared with my answer. We haven't physically taken over the space yet, but obviously it's always had, a C of O and a PA permit and a certificate of operation. We are doing some minor renovations, so we will for sure have to renew the one that expired. The place has been vacant for over a year now. As you know, they need to be renewed annually. So we will have it, well before we open, and happy to stipulate to that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I would like to put a motion. The motion is to disapprove because your son is not right here. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm going to put the motion to approve. I'm sorry.
He told me don't mess it up,
Okay, the motion is to approve, and I think is reasonable, and thank you so much. That's it.
Great, thank you, Marco. Mrs. Brown.
Yes, thank you. I'm not sure I heard if it was ADA compliant, and also I noticed that the floors are the cellar, ground, and second to the 10th floor, and so I'm a little confused how that is. Okay, but so. Is the whole development, the whole building ADA compliant? That's my question, considering these various floors that are listed.
I don't know about the co-op building, but the restaurant will of course be ADA compliant, yes.
You said will be or is?
Well, it's not ours yet, so I can't tell you, what it is today. My understanding from our landlord is, it always has been, the prior person that was there for the last 5 years was ADA compliant, so we will be as well, yes.
And Chair, I just want to stipulate that it should be ADA compliant before they open.
Yes.
Based on that, I can support the application. So call the question. Thank you.
Great. Barbara, did you have something, or did you want to call? No. Okay. Good. All right, so if anyone's opposed to calling the question, give me a sign. Otherwise, we'll go to the roll. This is a motion to approve with the stipulations of the evidence of the public assembly permit and ADA compliance. If anyone's voting no, not voting for cause or abstaining, give me a sign. Otherwise, this will go down as a 9-0 approval. Thank you, Mr. Bookman.
Thank you. And when you see Max next, please tell him his father still remembers how to present to a community board, okay?
Yes, we will be sure to let him know you did not let him down.
Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good night.
Good. Okay, so do we have an representative for item 1E? This is L&L Asia Fusion CB8M. Yes, and I see Anita hand up.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Anita. I'm representing L&L Asia Fusion Inc. Their DBA name is IKYU, and then it was they are planning to operate as a Japanese restaurant. The premises right now is under construction, but they are expecting to finish the construction in a month. So their open hour is from 11 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. And then there's no outdoor dining area, and then the food is 85%, and then the drink is 15%. And then they are planning to having a sitting about like 25. And then there's no loud music, only background music.
Great.
Yes, thank you.
And the establishment is or will be ADA compliant?
Yes, they are.
Okay. Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so first I will inquire for any members of the public, questions, comments. If not, I will go to Marco first.
Thank
Okay,
you,
Marco.
and I would like to put a motion. The motion is to approve as presented. Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. I see a second by Addison and Barbara. I'm going to assume you're calling. Yeah, Barbara's calling the question. Great. Okay, if anyone's opposed to calling the question, give me a sign. Otherwise, we will continue with the roll. Motion to approve. If anyone's voting no, not voting for cause or abstaining, let me know. Otherwise, this will go as a 9-0 approval. Great. So on that basis, thank you very much, Anita. And
Thank you.
Next, we have item 1F. Do I have the representative for Mr. Pang's 1016 Lexington Avenue, new application for wine beer cider?
If you, I'm seeing Wang family. I'm trying to send them a prompt to confirm unmuting, and I'm seeing a Mr. Yiming Peng and a prompt to confirm unmuting as well.
Okay, so did you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. This one will be for the restaurant. The hour will be 11 to 11 weekday and 11 to 12 weekend. So they will be background music only. They will less than 74 people. And the owner is already have a restaurant in 4th Avenue in York. They operate a few years. This the second location. It will be same company and same owner, and the same matter with the operating.
Great, thank you. And the establishment is ADA compliant?
Yes, yeah. Right now, yeah, I can answer you. And also in future, so when they apply for the food permit, the consumer affair have the condition. They have to, otherwise they cannot get the permit.
Yeah, great. Okay, and then you have it 95% food, 5% drink. Thank you. Okay, so first I will see if there's any members of the public. Seeing none, I will go to committee member Addison.
And I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Okay. Thank you. And there is a second. Okay, we have a second. With that, I will call the question. So if anyone's opposed to calling the question, give me a sign. Otherwise, we will go to the roll. This is the motion to approve as presented. If anyone's voting no, not voting for cause or abstaining, give me an indication. Otherwise, you will be marked down as an approval. And seeing none, this is a 9-0 approval. So thank you very much and good luck.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good. So that concludes the. No, that does not conclude. I now have item 1G. Do I have a representative for 1626 2nd Avenue Restaurant Group, DBA Fumo? Do we have a representative for Fumo?
Good evening, everyone.
Oh, Mr. Kelly, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good.
Representing the applicant with me is Francesco Capolongo. He's on the screen.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Nice to
This is
meet you.
This is an on-premise liquor license application for 1626 2nd Avenue Restaurant LLC, doing business as Fumo, located at 1626 2nd Avenue between East 84th and East 85th Street, in the premise formerly occupied by Who's Jack W. They had an on-premise liquor license.
Yeah.
We are a full-service Italian restaurant with specialty pizza. We have 3 other locations at 1600 Amsterdam Avenue, 1596 Amsterdam, and 2791 Broadway. The owners also operate the Chick-In, 2 in the city, and numerous other restaurants in Long Island, all licensed with no problems. We will be keeping the present layout with 16 tables and 50 seats, and 16 seats at the bar for an occupancy of 74. Hours of operation will be 11 a.m. to 12 a.m. Sunday to Thursday, 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. The food and drink ratio is about 80 to 20% like our other places. Excuse me. There'll be background music only. We may have sidewalk open restaurant seating, but no street seating. If we do have the sidewalk, it would consist of 3 tables at the most with 6 seats, all against the building. We would have to come back to CB8 to present this and get your approval. There is a handicap bathroom and a flat diamond plate entrance to get in. We do have third-party delivery and may have 2 bikes of our own in the future, which we would comply with CB8's rules. There is a bike rack in front of Serendipity, which is 2 doors down if we do. There is a letter of no objection issued in 2008 for an eating and drinking establishment with an occupancy of 74 or under. If there are any questions, we'd be happy to answer.
Thank you, Mr. Powell. Okay, so first, I'll see if there's any members of the public. Seeing none, I will first go to Barbara.
I'm going to call the question. I think all the questions were answered, right? So
You're going to make a motion to approve, I think.
a motion to approve. I think
Great.
before calling the question, you're right.
Okay. And that has been seconded. And then I'll go to Addison if you want to call the question.
Yep, I'll call the question. I'm very familiar with the Broadway location.
Perfect. You're an expert. Okay, so let's go to the roll. If you're voting no, not voting for cause or abstaining, give me a sign. Otherwise, you will go down as a yes vote for this motion to approve as presented. If you're voting no, not voting for cause or abstaining. Okay. Barbara, I see your hand is up, but I think that's just from before. Abstaining or not voting for cause. Oh, okay, hand down. Okay, so then this will go as a unanimous 9-0 approval. Thank you. Barry?
Thank you.
Don't mean to make you crazy. It's Judy. I'm at Barry's computer.
Okay.
Can you please tell me the location of the restaurant that we're voting on?
It's on 2nd Avenue between 84th and 85th. It's the former Who's Jack. It's on the east side of the street.
Okay, did I hear Mr. Kelly or someone say that it was 2 doors down from Serendipity?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a Serendipity up there? I didn't know that.
I didn't know it either.
I don't think it's the Serendipity that we're thinking of.
I think it's a different restaurant. The one on 60th Street is called Serendipity 3.
Correct, yeah.
I think it's more of a different type. It's not a restaurant.
Uh-huh, okay.
Storefront called Serendipity. We were only mentioning it because there's a bike rack in front of it, in case we do have bicycles in the future.
Yeah.
Okay, I was kind of a little confused by that, that's all. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Kelly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Great. So we're done with the items in category 1. Now we're going to section 2 application changes. So do I have the representative for item 2A? This is Luna Rosa. It's a corporate change application. Oh,
Me, I'm still unmuted.
Okay, good.
Okay, this is a corporate change application for 347 East 85th Partners LLC, doing business as Luna Rosa, 347 East 85th Street. The applicant has a full-service Italian restaurant with an on-premise liquor license that was issued in 2012. Paul Flores, one of the owners, is buying out the other owner, Franco Latanzi, and Paul will be the sole owner. That's why we're here. He'll get a 80% or more stake. There'll be no other changes to the operation. CB8 approved this application back in 2012. Everything's staying the same. 3 p.m. to 11 p.m., 7 days a week. 80-20 food drink, 14 tables, 46 seats, and a service bar.
Great. Okay. Any members of the public on this item? Seeing none, I will go to Mrs. Brown. Oh, no. Yes, Mrs. Brown.
Yes, motion to approve.
Great, thank you. I see several seconds. Great, so then I will go to Barbara.
I always do it too fast. You can hear. What did you buy out? What is next? This place next door to you?
No, one of the owners is buying out the other owners. There were two partners
But
throughout
you
the
said you're
years.
expanding?
No, not at all.
I'm
Everything is
sorry, I
staying
didn't hear it
exactly
right.
the same.
Great. I just hope the cook is the same.
Same cook,
Good.
same
It's a
chef.
good
I wouldn't
restaurant.
call him a cook. I don't want to get yelled at.
Can I
Yeah.
call the question now?
Yes,
or?
yes, you can.
Okay,
Yes, you can.
Great.
Okay, if anyone's opposed to calling the question, give me a sign. And we will go to the roll. So this is a motion to approve. So if you're voting no, not voting for cause or abstaining, give me a sign. Otherwise, you'll be marked down as a yes for this motion to approve. All right, seeing none, that goes as an approval. Thank you very much, Mr. Kelly, again.
Thank you. Have a good night,
you're
everyone.
unless you're on the call for any others.
No, that's it.
Okay, thanks. Have a
Thank
good night.
You too.
Okay, going to item 2B. Do I have the representative for DeBuff? DBA BIS 1207. Yep, the Boaz Mashiach.
Hi, good evening.
Hi.
Hi, you could hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, my name is Jenny Hong. I'm here representing on behalf of Dubuff Inc. And also the owner of the restaurant is also here, Mr.
Yeah.
Boaz. He's also present. We're here at the last meeting when we applied for the restaurant and beer and wine license. But now he wants to upgrade to full liquor because there was a high demand of customer requesting for a cocktail that goes with a certain food. So, he said it's good for him to, try because he wants to satisfy all the customer is requesting. So everything stays the same. The operating hours, Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. to 12 a.m., Friday, Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturday, 6 p.m. to 12 a.m., and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. And the currently estimated percentage of sales, food is 80% and drink is 20%. And they're same thing, max occupancy is 50, and they have total table of 13 and 30 seatings.
No, we have 39
Oh, yeah,
seats.
Oh, okay. Oh, because I didn't include the seating at the bar.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, good.
We don't have any outdoor space. We are comply with the ADA. And whatever we did was approved by the DOB without any issues.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Okay, are there any members of the public on this application? Seeing none, I will go to Marco first.
Yeah, I would like to put a motion. The motion is to approve as presented.
Thank you
very much. And I'm seeing a second. And then I'll go to Mrs. Brown.
Call the question, please.
Great. Okay, if anyone's opposed to calling the question, give me a sign. Otherwise, go to the roll. So this is a motion to approve as presented. If you're voting no, not voting for cause or abstaining, give me a sign. Otherwise, this will go as a yes vote. Seeing none, we'll go as a unanimous approval. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good evening and continue good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, we're on to category 3, which is the 30-day waiver application. And do I have a representative for 3A? This is the representative for Sojourn Social. Sojourn Social representative.
I'm going to send Abraham someone a prompt who I believe is the representative.
Okay.
Hi, I'm here.
Hi.
Hi, Kathleen Stadopoulos. How are you?
Very well. How are you? Nice to see you again.
Okay, nice seeing you as well.
Okay, tell us about the 30-day waiver here.
So, so my client just didn't realize the license was coming up. And so we were late notifying the community board rather than have him have to not sell his liquor or not buy his liquor. We thought we would request the waiver. It is the first time. This is actually the first renewal since we applied for the license. I don't think there's been any issues there. He tells me there has not been. And that's why we requested the waiver.
Nothing else has changed.
No, no changes. There haven't been any change. Really wasn't. He just didn't notice his license was expiring.
Okay, makes sense. Okay, any members of the public on this item? If not, I will go to Marco.
Thank you, Abraham. I would like to put a motion. The motion is to approve as presented. Thank you.
Okay, great. I'm seeing seconds on that. And I'll go to Addison.
And I'll call the question.
Great. Okay, so if anyone's opposed to calling the question, let me know. Otherwise, we'll go to the roll. This is a motion to approve. So anyone voting no, not voting for cause or abstaining, give me a sign. Seeing none, unanimous approval. Thank you, Kathleen. Good to see you and have a good
See
evening.
you guys. Have a great evening. Thank you.
Likewise.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, do I have a representative for 3B, Lizette Turkish Restaurant?
Abraham, I'm checking the participants list to see if I see someone.
Oh, yes, I see a hand now.
Hi, hello.
Hi there. Hi, how are you? Just tell us a little bit about the waiver request and
Yeah. So this is our first time renewing our liquor license, and we did try to start the process that we did. We had an attorney that was helping us do this, but the holidays came in, and I believe he just forgot. And then I reminded him a couple of weeks before the end of the month just to check in what the status was. And then he said that it kind of the holiday just got in between, and like he tried to get us in time.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for appearing. This is your first waiver request, so we will do that. Okay. Then, do I have any members of the public with questions or comments on this one? If not, I will go back to Marco.
Thank you, Ibrahim. If you don't mind, I don't want to impose anything. I would like to give a chance to Bill Angelos. This is, he never speak. I would like that he speak.
Okay, let's go to Bill.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marco. Appreciate that. So
You're
this is the first, I think it's the first oversight, so the first application. And I was just put a motion to approve the application.
I would like to second.
Perfect. Okay, then with that, I will call the question. So if anyone's opposed to calling the question, give me a sign. Otherwise, we will go to the roll. Okay, so this is a motion to approve. If anyone's voting no, not voting for cause or abstaining, give me a sign. Otherwise, you'll go down as a yes vote for this. Okay, seeing none, then this will go as an approval for the waiver. So Ali, thank you very much and have a good evening. Great.
You too. Okay,
then last item in the category, do we have the representative for Lynx Club 36 East 62nd? Yes, I see Phil.
Yes. Thank you, community. Thank you for taking the time to review this. Appreciate that, Abraham.
Yes.
So, yeah, so sorry about that. So pretty much we're requesting a waiver. One of the reasons why is because we changed our ABC officer, and we were notified that it would take a lot longer than the last time we did it. So our request for the waiver is due to we just want more time to have them to review our application and approve it before the expiration date. So we just want to give us a couple more days than it would if we had before it. So that's our reason for it.
Okay, this is your first waiver. Oh, and you're aware this is there's a one-time waiver. So okay, you're aware of that. Thank you for appearing this evening. Sure. Do we have any members of the public on this application? If not, then I will go to Judy and then Bill.
Move to approve.
Okay, great. I see some seconds. And then, Bill, do you want to do the honors of calling the question?
I call the question.
Great, thank you very much. If anyone's opposed to calling the question, give me a sign. Otherwise, we will go to the roll. Again, this is a motion to approve. Anyone voting no, not voting for cause or abstaining, give me a sign. Otherwise, it will be marked down as a yes vote. Seeing none, this will go as an approval. So thank you very much, Phil, for appearing. Have a good evening.
Thank you so much. Have a great evening, everyone.
Thanks. Okay, so that is all the agenda items, unless anyone has any old or new business or a motion to adjourn. Bill? Oh, okay, great. Mrs. Brown?
Motion to adjourn.
Yeah.
Great. I see seconds.
Second.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Everyone have a good evening.
Good night. Stay safe.
Be well. Bye-bye.
Bye. Ciao.